Hi, I'm John Gilstrap, author of the Jonathan Grave Thriller series, and this is a writer's view of writing and publishing. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about what I guess is every artist's dream, and that is quitting the day job. Now, obviously, I can't tell you whether or not it's time for you to quit your day job or whether it's an advisable thing to do, but what I can do is give you some things to think about and some of the thought processes I went through when I made the decision for myself. First of all, are you sure that you want to quit your day job? If you like what you're doing, it is entirely possible, I am proof positive, that it is entirely possible to write a novel a year and still be fully employed. In my own case, novels 1 and 2, Nathan's Run Out at All Costs, I wrote as the owner of a company. I did 2 books in 2 years, and that was a very busy 80-hour a week job. And then books 3 and 4 in the research for 5 I did when I quit the day job the first time. And then books, what would that be, 5 through 14, I guess, I wrote while I went back to a full-time day job that had me over 100 nights a year on the road. So, you know, if you're a creative person, you can always make time to carve out enough time to be a successful author. And now, in books 15 and 16, and soon to be 17, I'm a full-time author again. So what are some of the considerations? Well, first of all, I advise people to always remember that family is first. So if you don't have a financial backstop in this, and you're talking about the entertainment business, it's a capricious industry. Readers' tastes change. Editors get fired or they retire, or all kinds of things can happen. So without a financial backstop, it's a pretty big roll of the dice to bet on the entertainment business. The next thing you need to do is consult with an attorney and an accountant to see if you can afford to do this. And in terms of the attorney, you need to consider whether or not you want to have a corporate structure. You are, in fact, starting your own business here, right? Do you want to have a corporate structure? And if so, which kind of corporation? There's a big difference between the pros and cons of a subchapter S corporation versus an LLC versus all the other types of structures you can get for a corporation. So you want to make sure that you're talking to somebody. Next thing is, how do you decide if, in fact, you can afford to do this? So let's talk some numbers. I got a cheat sheet over here. Let's talk some numbers, and let's start with an assumption. Let's say that you are under 65 and you live in Fairfax, Virginia, which is where I live, just to get the tax structures right. And Virginia is a fairly low tax state. And let's say you make a total of $100,000 from your writing alone. That's the cash over the transom. Well, remember, here's how it breaks down. Of that $100,000, 15% comes off the top as an agent commission, leaving you with $85,000 off the top. That puts you in a 25% tax bracket. So Uncle Sam will get $21,250 of your remaining dollars. Of that remaining $63,750, you'll owe another $4,400 to the Commonwealth of Virginia. That brings us to $59,350. Now remember, since you'll be self-employed, and the way we're structured is I have a company that pays me a salary, and since I am self-employed, I have to pay the employer's share of Medicare and Social Security, the FICA, as well as my own. So that's another 15% of the total number comes off the top. So that's another $12,750 that goes to Uncle Sam, leaving you with $46,600 to pay the bills, if I did the math here right. And don't forget health insurance, because now that you're self-employed and you're the sole breadwinner, you're going to have to pay for that as well. And the going rate for health insurance, as certainly where I am, it's very expensive. It's at least $1,000 a month. And I would love to find a policy that I could get for $1,000 a month. So you're left with somewhere around $34,000 of truly discretionary income out of that first $100,000 of money that's coming to you from your writing. Can you afford that? Is that a bohemian lifestyle to you? Is that an improved lifestyle to you? Or is it a big pay cut? It depends on where you are, obviously, in your station in life. The next thing you need to consider is whether or not you can handle the loneliness. The first time I wrote full-time, that was my Achilles heel. It's not that I don't enjoy my own company and I can't keep my own company, but playing with your imaginary friends gets old after a while. And as a type A extrovert kind of guy, I really missed the water cooler action. So these are some things to think about. I think quitting the day job and pursuing art full time is exhilarating. It's wonderful. But I'll tell you, it also takes some of the fun out of the pursuit of story development and character development. The mortgage depends on it. Once you get to a journeyman level and you get sort of comfortable in all of this, I guess maybe it's time. So those are just some of the considerations. Write some comments down there if you have other questions. This is a topic that actually was requested several times, numerous times, by people who subscribe to the channel and who sent me emails. By the way, subscribe to the channel. There'll be a little red button here on the screen somewhere at the end of this video. Click it. It'll take you to the subscription screen, and you'll never miss one of these videos. I'd really appreciate it. If you want any more information about writing, or if you just want to keep up with the antics of my writing and my characters, or if you want to see some of the query letters and such that I've written in the past, please visit my website at johngilstrap.com. So until next time, please take care. Please keep reading. I'm John Gilstrap.